Hi everyone. In this video we are going to build AI workout planner with a little twist. Instead of using a bubble regular function, we are going to use bubble as an API. We are going to write bubble backend. So let's start. So this is going to be our app. So we are going to build a AI trainer, but instead of calling a bubble regular function like create a things, make changes to the things, or login or sign up action, we are going to set up a API for that. So in a way, we are going to use bubble as a backend more than a front end. So first thing is we will land to the login page. So most of the UI of this application, I already built it. You can just copy it using my Atomic Fusion link that is found in the description. And that is particularly for cut the time. We will create a authentication page, auth, create. And I'm not going to focus on more UI of it, but more rather than the functionality part of it. First, we need to make it responsive. Now group sign up, login. Yeah, perfect. Make it to 1280 max, center, horizontal. Again, now we will drag the sign up. Same 1280. Now we just need to limit which reusable need to show. That we will do based on the URL parameter. So we will go to the data option set and we will say OS URL parameter. Yeah, we will create a one more attribute URL parameter. Text. Now first one is login, second one is sign up. Perfect. So that is going to be login, that is sign up. So basically, if you don't know what is the URL parameter, so URL parameter, all the these like parameters. Basically, after the your base URL, this is the base URL for any application. After that, these are the, you can say, parameter or path parameter which passes into the URL. So let me just quickly show you how exactly that gonna will look like. But let me set up my few conditions, and then I think I will show you how exactly you can do. Okay, simply we'll get data from, data from the path, and is get an option. This is the login, so we will fetch login thing, URL parameter, login, URL this. So whenever URL have a login text, then only it will show, otherwise it will not show. Okay, just copy that condition. Same we do for the sign up, and instead of a login, this is going to be sign up. Perfect. Now we will go to, just make it duplicate this page. Now whenever someone click on this header button, login button, we need to go to the header, this header button. We will go to the auth page. So go to page, auth. Data to send will be our login parameter. So because we need to show that login group, so your parameter login display. Perfect. Whenever someone click on this get started button, our sign up pop-up will only show. So we will say go to page and auth and get an option, and this is URL parameter sign up, and that will be URL parameter. Perfect. Now I just need to check quickly one. Yeah, oh, perfect. Now if you just refresh this page, in this case, this is completely our your base URL. So whenever someone click on login page, something wrong with that. So if you see, we already passed that login text. Perfect. Now I think the mistake what we have done is, instead of display it should be login parameter, and if we go back to that page, just remove this debug mode is equal to true. Whenever click on login, now you can see my auth, like this is my auth till the auth page. It's a base URL. After that, I just appended the login path. So if you see here in that login page, auth page, sorry, we have a condition available, like you only show this particular login page whenever its path URL is login URL parameter. So that's how you do it. Now we need to test same for the sign up. Yeah, it's now perfectly coming out. Okay, now perfect. Now this form is available. So whenever someone click on the sign up for free button, you will create a new account for that. So how we will going to do that? On the group sign up thing, simply click on this button, edit workflow. Okay, this is the workflow whenever input email and everything is not empty. But if we normally are doing the things, so we simply say sign the user up and pass email ID, password and other detail. But since we are treating right now Bubble as a backend, so we will create an API for that. How? First we need to go to the backend workflow, but here you can see there is nothing but backend workflow is there. So we need to enable that. How? Go to setting, go to API and simply click on enable backend workflow. That's it. It exposes the URL. So this is going to be your base URL for every API call. So you can simply copy it and store it somewhere. Now again go back to, you can see now backend workflow is there. Now we are going to create a one more step, like first API we are going to create is sign the user up. Simply click on new API workflow and name it sign up. You can name whatever you just feel like. And don't forget to check this expose as a public URL. This workflow will run as a workout, like a without authentication. Why? I will tell you. So before even going to detail, if you want to read about the how authentication work in a bubble setup and how everything, you can read this document. This is the bubble document, and we are primarily going to follow this method, like as a user. Authentication as a user, because we want to restrict everything. We want to fetch only the user related data, not like all the user data and everything. So that's why we have following this as a user authentication method. So there's a three basically you can do. Accessing a bubble API without authentication, like you just open it for everyone. Never do it. Like if you are doing it, like you know why you are doing it, so always aware that. Second is accessing authenticates as a user. Now I will show you why. The third one is authentication as an admin. Basically you want to give a special power to your admin so that they can do anything, like literally anything. And one more thing you need to remember it, when you allow authentication as an admin, it overrule every privacy rules. You do not follow any privacy rule because admin have a everything access. And if you want to set up your app as a authentic as an admin, then you can follow this tutorial, but we are not going to. Simply we are going to as a user. But before going on that, we will go. First we need to create a sign up API. How? This is like in a backend workflow, you can create any type of API, get and post API, and set up the logic the way you want it. The first one is sign up. So how sign up will work? Simply sign the user up. In the backend workflow, we are going to do it. And sign up will take a parameter, different parameter. First is user email. Second is user password. Next one is user full name, basically. Perfect. All three are the text parameter. So sign the user up, email. Email will be user email. I'm again saying you, in this video I'm specifically showing you how can you create an APIs and all. If you are not going to create an API and all, you can directly call the sign the user up on the button click function. But since this is particular video specifically for those audience who wants to build their backend into the bubble and use their API on elsewhere platform like VWeb or any other coding environment or something like that. For those audience, this is going to be helpful. Sign the user up. Yes, remember. Okay, the trick is whenever you say the remember the email, yes, it stores the token at the client side for more than for 30 days. And for more detail, you can read up here. Keep the user logged in for yes 1 month with a 2-factor. If it is not 2-factor, then it's a 12. Okay, now we need to just add one more thing. Create a new field. It should be the full name. Text. That will be user full name. Perfect. Now this API will return, if sign up is successful, this API will going to return us a authentication token that we are going to use store in at our client side and use it for the future API call. And this token is specifically for that particular user for whom we are passing that email and password. It will not give you the other data. Okay, just want to test it. We will just copy detect request, copy the URL cancel, go back to manual definition, go back to our plugin and install the so API connector plugin. Whoever don't know, is used for to making third party API call. So bubble backend. First is sign the user up. Sign up the user. It's an API call, pass that URL, just remove that initialize, always remove that initialize thing. It's a post call. If you go there, in the backend workflow, see sign up, you can see this trigger workflow with a post. You have a two option, get and post. So yeah, that's the only, oh no, we need to add a more parameter. All these parameter we need to enter. If you just make it this call without passing any parameter something, you get an error. The parameter can't be empty. So this is why, because, and now if you just initialize it, it will give you error, missing parameter sign up user email. If you see here, we have used this three parameter and by default all three parameter are the compulsory. If you check this, then these become optional, but we need it, for we make it as a compulsory. Okay, user email, and don't forget to pass the exact key value. Like most of the time happen, you pass the wrong key by spelling mistake or something like that. Uncheck the private because we need to pass the dynamic data. This is for the testing. I'm just adding the test data, test.com, password is test123, user full name will be Ankur. And if you just click on this initialize call, if it is successful, it will give you the authentication token. Now if you see in the response, you can see the token. That means your user is perfectly generated and it gives you the valid token, and that token is valid for 86,400 seconds. So you can see, I think that's for 30 days if I am not wrong, or it's a 24-hour. I need to check it. You can just simply convert in these second into the hours, and you can, I think it's a 24-hour. Okay, you just click on save. And now to verify, if you go in the data and if you go to app data, you can see there's a one entry, test1@test.com, and the full name is Ankur because we have passed only the Ankur. So now we need to integrate this API and a front end. How? We will go to group sign up. Here, simply call that API. What is that API? Bubble backend sign the user up and pass the dynamic data. Input email, input password, last one name, input name. These are the three things we need to pass it. And what we will do, we will go to page, go to dashboard. Only if result of 2 access token is not empty, so that means we get a valid access token, that we need to do it. So if we come out here and now we will actually test on the browser side. So we will say Ankur Khandelwal test2 @test.com 3. It's a successful, and Bubble has auto redirected us to the dashboard page because that's what we have written here. Perfect. Now if we can go to the Bubble and app data and check, we have the second user. Perfect. We will just log out here, and now we will, we need to just make a logout functionality also. Simply to the logout. I'm not doing a logout functionality. I'm just redirecting back to its home page. It's not a logout, by the way. Now we see we perfectly set up the sign up flow. So if you want to make sorry, just 1 second, let me duplicate it also. If you want to make your sign up process something different, for example, you want to first verify the email, then only insert, create an account. So you can customize it here. Instead of directly sign the user up, you can, or you want to first verify the user email, or you want to check the username is available or not. Everything you can do here, step by step, how you normally do in the Bubble. Okay, now we will move to the login page. Perfect. The same way we need to create a API for login. That's pretty straightforward. Again, we will go to backend. Simply say new API workflow. Login. Again, we will make an expose, and this is going to be run without authentication. And log the user in simply. And here we also need to pass a two parameter, email ID and password. Then only we will user email and same is the user password. Log the user in, user email, password is user password. If still logged in, yes, remember the yes. Now we need to again set up this API call into the global backend. Yeah, sign the user up. Instead of this will be log the user in. Post. Again, I'm just copying out, change the last name, login. Again pass, sorry, not in header, we will need to pass username. Oh, sorry, not username. So this is the mistake you will also do. You will also forget the key. Just copy the key always. Otherwise, you will keep finding the bug and you will not able to find the exact bug. So for example, teft1@teft.com and teft123. And this will be, yeah, I hope that's the password, and I think yes. Now if you see, we have access token here too. That means we successfully logged in. We uncheck that. Perfect. Now we need to call that API whenever someone click on this button. Bubble. Oh, we need to make it as a action. If you again search it, or just refresh the page. Bubble backend log the user in. So we will pass that whatever the user input, email and password. Input, password. And the same way we have done into sign up, go to the page, dashboard, only when result of step 1 user token is not empty. Perfect. Instead of directly going to this page dashboard, save into the local storage at a browser level. So that depends upon what is the front end you are going to use, but every front end allow you that. So that when the next time user come, you will check from the local storage whether this token is there and this token is valid or not. How you will find that valid? If you see my API calls, even this one, anyone, pick anyone, you will see expire. So this return me you the time. So what you can say, current date and time plus this number of second, that will tell you this token is going to be expire. So you can store into the local storage, and then from that local storage you can basically see, okay, you need to force your user to log in or you need to automatically log them into the dashboard page. It depends upon the front end. And into the bubble, if you are into bubble, you simply say, because there's a plugin, if you go in the plugin and say local storage, all these are like this floppy plugin also do, this local session storage also do. So everything is there, so you can use any plugin. Okay, perfect. Now we will check the login functionality. teft1@teft.com. Okay, perfect. Now we got a token. Okay, one thing I just forgot to tell you. This is true for any API call. So don't forget to select these. What this will help you, let me tell you. So whenever you get an error into an API, that means your API is not returning you the 200 status code. So if you see, go to the plugin and see my API calls, initialize API calls, you can see this status code is 200 because that is successful. But if I pass the wrong code, simply, so this is error. So and that says you 400 API calls. That means you have some error. So what is the best way of doing it? Like catch these both and simply initialize. And here do check like a result of 1 is not. This is the one, but better way of doing is like if you want to show any alert or something like that. For example, whatever the alert you want to show it. Let me just quickly show pop-up. For example, you have a pop-up setup to show the alert you have put a wrong password or something like that. So what you will check, result of step 1, return an error. If it is a true, that means that API is a return 400, 500, whatever, there is something wrong with the API response. So that is when you show the error to the user. So this is one thing whenever you also want to keep, whenever you want to return the error and everything. Perfect. I hope till now you have cleared out login sign up. That's a basic thing is there. So I hope that makes sense for you. Now, if you see the login response, go to the plugin and login response. It don't return you any username or other information that you want to pass. So what we will do, we will create a new API. This is the backend workflow that will say profile. And that will going to return you the all the profile of currently logged in user. Now I will not check this workflow can be run without authentication. I will not check it, and because I don't want anyone to call this API. It's a public API, I agree, but no one can access if they don't have a token, valid token for API. So only that particular user who knows their username password can access this API. So that way is pretty secure. So you will say return data from API, structure JSON, we will say name, this is going to be text, and current user, that's it, current user full name. If you want to return the email, then email, and text, current user, email. So your current user object always map to the token that is passing. Now we will go to here, and this is unauthenticated calls. All the other unauthenticated calls will be there. Or we can simply make here only, and we will say get profile. Perfect. And in the post call, just copy that URL, remove that login, instead it should be profile. And we don't need to pass any parameter, because if you go here, we are not taking any user parameter. But since we have not opened this call for everyone, we need to pass the token. You need to add header, pass key will be authorization, and it's a bearer token, and then you need to pass the token. So whatever the token you get it here, like for example, just copy that token and pass it here. And if you just click on initialize call, now you will see that response key contain an object that have a name and email, whatever we have passed from the backend. I hope that makes sense for you. Until now you are all following me. If you have any question, any doubt, just ping me in the comment section. I'm happy to answer your call. Now we need to call that. So in the login, we will create an action. Okay, we will make action. Basically, we need to basically store that token that is coming from the API call, so that we can make the future API call. And I'm just thinking what is the best way of showing you, because we can't use the database directly from here. So we need to store into the local. So how? Again, we are going to use the local storage thing that I told you in just before. We are going to plug in. We are going to local storage. I just need to check the plugin if it is. We don't have any. Oh, this don't. Storage. Storage key will be token. Now if you see, we need to store it. So we will store it, update value of the storage token. Yes, value will be result of a status token, token. That's it. Now, perfect. Now in the dashboard field, in a dashboard page, if you see in the dashboard, we are going to again get that token and call the profile API to get the data. So what we will do, go to storage endpoint here. Perfect. Key will be token. The same key we need to pass it, and as soon as the page is load, we need to make a profile API call, bubble get profile API call, but we need to pass the token bearer and that storage endpoint value. Perfect. And that's the only thing. And once we get it, we will store into our custom state. Dashboard name. We are just storing the name. Text and result of one name. Whatever the name it appear, it will show here. Good morning. Dashboard and then name. That's the only thing. Perfect. Now we will come here. Just log out. We again log in so that our token get stored at a local storage. test1@test.com. Just click on sign in. Now, if you can see, my Ankur is there. So our token works local perfectly. Okay, let me reiterate it, what exactly I have done it. So if you see on the login thing, as soon as I log the user in, I'm storing its token into the local storage using this plugin. That if you go into plugin, basically using this if local storage plugin to store that at a browser level. And on the dashboard page, making an API call as soon as the page is loaded and passing that token into our get profile API and get its value. I hope that's a simple and perfect for you. Now we will come to our main thing like this one. Okay, I hope you will able to understand. Till now what we have done, we have created 3 API: login, sign up, get profile API, and I showed you how can you store in the local storage in the bubble. But if you have any different client side, you can do the same thing. Just search for that thing, how can you store the token into the local storage, and you will get an enormous article on that client side. Okay, that's perfect. Now we need to create a workout. Perfect. Whenever these are the options we are going to pass, we are going to ask like what is the gender of this, what is the primary goal of this workout, and all this thing. And then we are going to create a, using OpenAI API calls, we are going to generate the workout. Let's start. First we need to create an API. This one. Simply create workout. Perfect. Now that have a multiple input parameter, I will just simply add it. First one is gender. That should be a type of OS gender. I already have a OS. If you see in the data and option side, I already have a OS for these values. Workout type. So first one is OS, second is primary goal. And the next one is training method. And that is OS training method. Next one is strength level. Next one is workout time. Next one is access to gym, and that going to be boolean basically yes and no thing. Perfect. Now we need to create an open API call. So first we need to, so we are going to use OpenAI function calling method. If you are not familiar with the OpenAI function calling method, and I have a detailed video how can you set up bubble OpenAI function calling into the bubble, so you can check it out that video. So for that now we are going to quickly copy that token and everything, function calling setup. This is our API call going to be. We are just changing the prompt basically and testing right away here. And now we are going to write a prompt and that will give us a workout plan. So here's the detail. User is male, and what is the parameter we required it. We need to pass all these parameters like but the primary goal and what is the training method, strength level and all this. User primary goal is weight loss. I'm just taking one example. Training method is resistance cardio. He is user is strength level is beginner. User can give 30-minute workout for workout, and user have access to gym. If it is not, then we will say user have not access to the gym, and then it will be a workout plan. It's not be array list, it is going to be object. This is for my old something. We just need to, and we can remove that. I just made a one fuck up look like. Just 1 second. Let me fix it. If I just remove this, it should work simply. Yes, perfect. This object, and instead of a list of exercise, this should be workout plan. And if string first name is day of exercise, because we need a weekly plan, day of exercise. That's again string. That's going to be workout details, and going to be we don't need that. Simply and workout details, and we just make it mandatory. And if we just click on send, it should give us a list of all the treadmill name and number of sets is the wrong week day workout details workout plan, and we need to pass a weekly, create a week workout plan. We had made one mistake. Workout, instead of workout plan, we need to make this. We again send it. Oh, one more mistake we have done it. Instead of this exercise list, it should be an object that say workout plan. And again, so what we will do, we will go to our playground and just write a one prompt. I have one prompt. Now we are going to create a create workout API. So how? Again, we will go to the backend workflow, create on new API workflow, say create workout, and that have a multiple input. All the input that is listed here, like gender, primary goal, training method, and everything. And for that, I already, if you go in my data and see option set, I already defined in option set, so I can directly use them. So simply say gender, OS gender. Next one is training method. Next one is primary goal. Next one is strength level. Next one is workout time. Next one is gym. So last one is user go to gym or not, basically. So now we will change its type. This will be training method, that will be primary goal, that will be strength, that will be workout time, and is it going to be boolean, basically yes and no. Perfect. Now we need to call a OpenAI API calls to get the workout planner. So what we will do, first we will go to ChatGPT, and if you see, I already have a prompt, basically this prompt, and we are going to use into the playground. Go to our chat, we will prompt a message. We can pass a system message also, and if we check it out, like submit it, this is how it returns the result. We need to integrate that into our bubble. So what we will do, simply click on view code, curl, and simply copy. So basically this is the curl call. You can directly import that into bubble. So go to your plugin, just add another open API get workout. Okay, sorry, we already have a curl. Simply click on here, paste it, import. Now if you can see, we already have everything, like our, just delete that. Our open API call is proper setup. So we just need to pass your token. You will just pass your own token that you can get from the here. Simply click on team visual, click on view API, and create new API key will help you create a new. I am doing it again. Just revoke. Create a one more AI workout. Create API. Just copy it and paste it here. AI workout planner, and pass the action. Now we need to just tweak this prompt basically so that we can pass our input basically. Okay. And we also increase the max token. Max token will be in our case 1200. Just check. What we need to change, create a week workout plan for the here the detail user is male. Wait. I think this has prompt. I think this is much better prompt. Just copy. You can pass any prompt that you feel like. I'm just passing this prompt. Please provide a well organized 1 week exercise tailored for a male. So that is gender. So we will pass dynamic data. How? Gender, male, female, whatever the value is. Individual who is determined to lose weight instead of a purpose. Primary goal of that user. And the individual have a preference of resistance cardio exercises. That will be our training method. Perfect. Now this is the beginner level of strength. This is the strength level. Okay. Now of strength can allocate 30 minutes. This is the time workout time basically. This is basically a way to pass the dynamic data into JSON per session, and access to the. So basically, I'm just passing this is access. So whenever a user have a access of the gym, we will pass has. When it is not, we will pass has not. Just to differentiate between is not yes or no. Simply. Now we will initialize the API. Gender is male. Primary goal is weight loss. Training method is resistance. Strength level is beginner. Workout time 30 minutes. Has. That's it. If you just click on initialize API call, it will take some time. Sit. So this is the complete workout plan. So what I have done is we have set up the OpenAPI call, and now we will go to our backend and call that API. So that is OpenAPI AI workout. Now we need to pass plugin. We need to make it private because we don't need to pass it dynamically. Gender, whatever the gender is passing, display. Weight loss, primary goal will be display. Cardio will be training method. Whatever the user input, we will just simply just pass it. If strength level is display, workout time, display. Okay, now that is gym, format as a text. Yes, has, simply has not. Now that is perfect. Now whenever it result, we want to save that record into the DB. So what we will do, create a new thing, a new type workout. We will create it. Now we need to store everything, whatever the user input, and also along with the OpenAI responses. So what we simply do, workout detail, workout plan. Now you can store other information like training plan. We are just storing 3 items. You can store based on your requirement, but I am just storing this. Yeah, that's the only. And also now return the data. Now whenever it's successful, we need to return the whatever the OpenAI responses is. So what we say, workout plan, that is text, and result of step 1, the value is, now we need to pass the value, that is choices first item, and then message content. That's it. Now we have created that create workout. Now we need to initialize that API into our API connector. What we will do, simply bubble on backend, add another call, just copy it. It's going to be post. Now it will have a header. So if you can see, let me just duplicate that. Now if you can see, this is public API, but this can't be run without authentication. So we need to pass the authentication the same way we have done in the get profile API. Simply copy. And we just need to change it also, profile to create workout. Perfect. Now we need to pass the input parameter. All are mandatory. We are just passing it. So if you see here, all are mandatory, nothing is optional. So we'll just copy one by one and just pass its value. So the good thing with the bubble is it auto detect the option set. So here I am defining option set, and if I just pass its display value, like anything, like for example in case of gender I just pass the male, it will auto detect that is a option set. So in case of the primary value I say muscle building. Oh sorry, wrong place. Training method is resistance training. Strength level is intermediate. Workout time is 60 minutes. If you simply initialize this API call, because it taking time, because it taking bubble is making open API call and then this API call. So what is to do? If you can see in the workout plan we already get it. Simply save it, name it as a create workout, make it as an action. Now we will connect this API create workout into our dashboard basically. So if you see, go on the dashboard, whenever someone say let me just quickly add the padding 32. Whenever someone click on this generate workout plan, we will say create workout and pass all the detail from the drop down, like drop down. Oh, we need to, okay, don't forget to name it properly, like drop down is should be gender, drop down gender. This should be primary email, primary goal. This should be training method, training method. This will be strength. And this will be workout, workout time. This simply, yeah, do you have access? Now we will pass the data. Gender will be drop down, gender, display. This will be training. So drop down training method, value, display. Primary goal will be primary goal, value, display. Intermediate will be drop down strength level, strength value, display. Now the workout time, dropped workout time will be value, display. And yes, and this will be checkbox. Checkbox is checked. So now we will pass the data, and whenever it send response we will store into the custom state and show at a front end. So simply say custom state and say dashboard workout plan and say text, and that's so that custom state at a front side at front end, so that we can show the output. Simply pasting it here, dashboard set. Just remember, uncheck this, minimum bits should be removed. I hope that makes sense. I hope so. Yes, and keep it like whenever oh, I think does not really make sense. Now we will test it. Is it working, not working? What is the response? Whenever click on male, female, let's suppose primary goal is to muscle building, training resistance cardio, strength is expert, workout time is 90. Yes. Generate workout. And wait, this loading bar is happening here. Just wait till that loading is done. Oh, nothing is come out. I think some error or something is wrong. Let me just check in the data. Is it generate anything? Yes, it generate the data. That is perfect. 334, 334. So data is generated perfectly. But look like even it is storing. Oh, we have not assigned the workout value. So it should be step 1, workout plan. So that was a mistake we have done. We will try again. Female. Yeah, now you can see like all the day wise days workout is available there. Perfect. And look and feel you can change it, but it is just more. So let me just revisit you from the scratch what exactly we have done it. So whenever someone click on this generate workout, we are calling this API. And if you go in the backend workflow, we have created this API create workout that takes all the input and then call the open API and then store into the DB and then return the data from the open API response. And whenever it returns the data, we will store into the custom state like workout plan and so at a front end. Perfect. Now we have created it, but now we want list of all the workout plans so that we can show them in a left bar. So now we will create a API to get a list of all the workout plan. Again, same new API workflow, get list workout. Again, this is going to be authenticated. Nothing we need to require it. We will return data from API workout plan list, and that going to be type workout. That yes, list do search for workout created by is equal to current user. So current user is basically whatever the token we are passing. And we forget to do one more thing here in our API create workout. Yeah, okay, that created by is already by default is now created by is equal to current user. Perfect. Now we need to again set up this API into the plugin. Same way, just copy the URL, add another API call, get workout list. Simply say post. We can also make it get because we don't need to pass any input, but we leave it. Pass the header. Header will simply copy paste authorization. Oh, okay. We have done the mistake in the last API call. Instead of private, we need to uncheck that and pass the token from the client side. From the create, we need to pass the token from here so that for the current user which is logged in, only that for that only we create the data. So what we will do simply this way. Otherwise, it was taking the token for the API connector that we initialized. So that was a mistake that we have done it. Instead of this, this would be like a storage point because you already know we are storing into the local storage. So we fetching there. And now we go to the again here. Yeah, post perfect. This should not be private. Initialize. We passing the wrong URL endpoint basically. Just copy that endpoint and pass it here. Check both of them. Yes, perfect. Now you can see we get a list of all the workout. Perfect. And also if you can see now we have a like a training plan, gender and workout plan. Three things that we are storing. Now what we will do, make it as a data rather than action because we don't want to call it from the workflow, but rather from the. So with this is the repeating group that we already have set it. We simply say reveal in the elementary, and if you can see in the repeating group we need to delete that and say get data from the external API, and that is a bubble backend get workout list. Pass the token here. Token will be storage entry level A value. Perfect. That's it. And that will be body. Oh, sorry, not error body. This should be response. And for this, it should be parent. This should be current. Perfect. Now again, this also should be like that only. And then icon, and then here we instead of passing the complete data, we will simply say training plan. And if you just refresh the page, all the past workout will be come here. Now whenever I clicked here on any one of them, it should show me that particular workout plan. So for that we need to create a UI. If you so this is going to be our that workout. It should be past workout. First one is training method, whatever the training method, and then this is going to be the value. Okay, we need to. So what we can do simply, whenever someone click on any this group, we will store that into the state and then show it simply. Create new workout selected. Type will be get workout current cell data. Perfect. Now whenever someone click on it, we will store into the custom state and show that group basically. So that element that will be past workout. Perfect. And simply if you go on that past workout, we can simply pass the value should be dashboard workout selected. Perfect. Now simply refer to the parent one. Training, this going to be parent group training plan, not recipe, workout crafted by AI. Here we need to show the data, parent group, workout plan. Perfect. And hide that group basically. Group profile, group past workout, group new workout. And we simply hide. Perfect. If I click on this registrants training, that past data will come. Training method, registrants, and let me just fix a quick UI thing, small detail. Just give a padding of that so that it looks a bit authentic. And restrict its width. I think now it's look much perfect. Now if you click on the past, this is how it will show. Let me just reiterate for you what exactly I have done it. So here we are getting all the list of workout using this API that we have set up, and whenever someone click on this group, we storing that into the custom state, this custom state, and showing that group, basically this particular group, only this, and hide this one so that user won't see the new workout thing, because when it's showing the past, what is the need of thing. And whenever someone click on this new workout, we can simply show that hide the past workout and show the new workout. Perfect. That's how things are. So for example, whenever someone click on this card registrants for cardio, this will comes out, and whenever someone click on new workout, that disappear and the new workout thing will come up. So this is how you can do it. And if you have any question, anything, do let me know, and do comment it into the section, and I'm happy to answer it. Let me know how it goes for you.